Only in America is it possible to say, you know what, I don't like the way the country is going, and to do something about it. Take that risk. Take that leap of faith. Stay involved. Trust God and act obediently. Romans 12:2 verse. That God will use all things for good for those who love him. It's bigger than you. I want you to remember that. It is bigger than you. It's bigger than me. You are here to make somebody else's life better, the pursuit of liberty and freedom. You know what gives me strength? The hundreds of thousands of you that say, Charlie, keep going. 1 Corinthians 5 and 15. So that's all pretty amazing evidence, not just intra-biblical evidence, but extra-biblical evidence that Jesus Christ was a real person. He lived a perfect life. He was crucified, died, and rose on the third day, and he is Lord and God of all.
In an age of polarized politics and viral debates, few figures have risen as rapidly or as controversially as Charlie Kirk.
The divinity of him tweeting that text.
I'm living in that 21st century.
From college campuses to national television.
Hey, Charlie, how are you? So I just had a question on your thoughts on if we need more gun control in the country or not.
From grassroots organizing to the center of America's culture wars. This is the story of a teenager who became one of the most influential conservative voices of his generation, who was assassinated by a sniping gun.
They fight in Washington every day.
Believed to be orchestrated by accused Tyler Robinson.
Campuses, and we're growing very, very quickly.
Charlie Kirk was born on October 14, 1993, in Illinois, United States.
Started this organization when I was 18 years old. I decided not to go to college. I didn't get in my dream school, which was the United States Military Academy at West Point.
Raised in a working-class household, Charlie grew up watching his parents run a small business. Early on, he developed an interest in politics, economics, and public debate. By high school, Charlie was already questioning mainstream narratives about government, taxes, and personal responsibility. He began attending conservative conferences, listening to talk radio, and studying American history independently.
Without getting emotional, but I'm very proud of my husband, and I know many of you are too.
At just 17 years old, Charlie wrote a viral essay criticizing labor unions, gaining national attention. That moment would change everything.
No one gets to see him from my angle except for myself and our children.
In 2012, at only 18 years old, Charlie Kirk co-founded Turning Point USA.
I would not have been able to do any of it without Erica.
Its mission was simple, yet ambitious. Identify, educate, train, and organize students to promote freedom. The organization focused heavily on college campuses, building student chapters, hosting speakers, and encouraging political engagement among young conservatives. What started as a small operation quickly grew into a nationwide network. Within a few years, Turning Point USA had chapters on hundreds of campuses. Supporters praised the movement as a revival of youth conservatism. Critics accused it of spreading misinformation.
They say, give me a structure that I can live my life by, and especially with young men, more challenging of them. More saying, you know what? Honestly, I'm not going to talk down to you. Stop being a boy and become a man. You want to learn what that means? Come to church and
Charlie
I'll tell you what
Kirk
it means to become
embraced the
a man. 'Cause we have the
controversy.
greatest story ever
For
told.
him, attention
What
meant
can I do to save
impact.
the country? You answer that question every single day because you are doing the work to save this beautiful republic. You are doing something that is bigger than you.
Charlie became a frequent guest on cable news. His sharp debating style and confident delivery resonated with millions online.
I want to be remembered for courage for my faith.
He launched podcasts, YouTube channels, and speaking tours.
Just want to thank you for coming out here and answering all these questions to start off. My biggest problem with Donald Trump is I feel like throughout his political career, he's built it around just degrading, belittling, and insulting anybody who disagrees with him. I strongly believe that a house divided against itself cannot stand, and I think his approach to politics in the United States is making us more divided, and I think in the long term we will see repercussions for that.
Okay, what's the question?
Social media became his megaphone. Millions followed his commentary on education, free speech, government spending, and American values.
Okay, how about something within the last 3 years? Anything within the last 3 years.
Within the last 3 years.
You can't name a single example.
Charlie positioned himself as a defender of conservative students who felt silenced on campus.
Or not, I'm very pro protecting America and the citizens that live in it. And so I think that we should have more gun control because there's a lot of school shootings that happen, as we mentioned. And, I just think it would do a lot to protect people. And I think the Second Amendment also qualifies that we should have regulations for guns.
Would you prefer someone like Donald Trump that has a style you don't like, or someone like George W. Bush that has a style you like and was a terrible, awful, lying president?
His message was consistent. America works best when individuals take responsibility. Charlie Kirk emerged as a strong supporter of Donald Trump.
You saw this kid that got punched by a professor here for wearing a Trump hat?
No, but
it's the other side doing it. We're not doing that.
During the 2016 presidential campaign, he organized youth outreach efforts and encouraged students to vote. After Trump's victory, Charlie became a regular visitor to the White House. Their alliance symbolized a growing youth wing of Trump-era conservatism. Supporters saw this as proof of Charlie's political influence. Critics viewed it as opportunism. Either way, Charlie Kirk had arrived on the national stage.
I'm living in that 21st century.
You look cool, Charlie. You look cool.
With influence came scrutiny. Turning Point USA faced accusations involving campus tactics, misinformation claims, and internal disputes.
What's funny about that is blacks were doing better during
Why
that
do we
time
always call people
No,
blacks?
because you...
Charlie himself became a frequent target of online backlash. Journalists questioned funding sources.
There's a question I do want to ask, which I can't seem to get an answer. What can she not do in America that a white person can do? What opportunity? You served in the military. You've made good choices. You're getting rewarded for them. You're going to live in the American middle class. What privilege do I have that you don't have that is based on skin color, not on wealth or socioeconomic status?
Activists protested his events. Universities debated whether to allow his appearances.
Next question.
How's it going? First of all, I just want to say thank you, and I'm going to make a complete pivot from religion at all. So let's just all calm down a little bit. But first of all, I want to begin with a yes or no question. Is that cool? Okay. Do you think that we see more divisiveness in our country today than we have in modern American history? Let's say within the last 30 years. Mm-hmm. Okay. So then I will then begin what I have written down, so that way I can get my point across clearly. Is that okay? Okay. What I personally believe is the future for this country is for us to be able to reunite, in a sense. It's my opinion that since the start of Trump's first term in 2016, we have seen an unquestionable increase in hate crimes and political violence. January 6th, we can talk about that one. What is your opinion on the divisiveness? What is your opinion on the divisiveness perpetuated by the Trump administration, if you think there is any at all?
Do you have any issue with the fact that the first time Riley came to campus here, she had to be barricaded for multiple hours because left-wing students tried to physically attack her?
Okay.
Is that divisive?
I mean, even last night at Portland State University, there was a group of Antifa members, whether it was students, community members, people who were bussed in. We don't know. About 5 people ended up being arrested for ultimately trying to physically...
That's
put
great.
themselves
So I don't consider myself a liberal. I think
that's fine, but no, but you have to be morally correct. You're going after the Trump
right.
thing.
Right.
When Riley was
I'm going
barricaded,
after the current sitting president.
Right. When Riley was barricaded on this campus, were they wearing MAGA hats?
Okay, so again, I just heard of your name today. I don't even know. I didn't even know who.
Yeah,
you
no,
were
but I mean, just the point
fine.
though is that it's the left that's dividing this country. We're bringing this country together. Okay, this is very simple.
Okay, that's fine. Can I ask you a follow-up question then? Can you cite any quote of any sitting Democratic president between the last three? We can count Kamala because she was a candidate, but Obama, Biden, or Kamala saying anything. Oh, actually, we will discount Biden saying that Trump supporters are trash. But any other time saying that they're the enemy within, which Trump has used, the enemy, evil.
They call them Nazis every
Yeah,
other week.
absolutely.
Okay, again, a president.
Yes,
not
Joe
liberals.
Biden gave a speech in November 2022, right before the midterms, in front of Independence Hall.
I would love to see a quote.
Yes, saying that, quote, there is a rise of white supremacy and fascism that must be stomped out of the country. I'm paraphrasing. Okay. But again, literally calling half the country fascists and coming after us. That's exactly what he did.
What
in
about
fact,
the
he
right
said,
side, though?
In fact, he said ultra MAGA is a threat to the country.
MAGA, keyword MAGA. I think there's a difference between MAGA and Republicans.
He said that everyone wearing here a red hat is a threat to the homeland. Joe Biden declared. They are?
The amount of times.
That guy right there. Hold on. Look them in the eye. These people are threats to the homeland?
Okay, that's fine.
Who here wants a hat? Are all these people? No, I want you to look at your fellow American citizens wanting this hat.
That's great.
Are these people a threat to the country? Is that what you're saying? These people are a threat to the country?
I think the ideology that they perpetuate is. I think there's a lot. You yourself have said we have seen an increase in hate crimes and political.
No, we have not. No, I did not. I said we're more divided. We have not seen an increase of hate crimes. We've seen.
Why do you think we're more divided, Charlie?
Oh, I think we're more divided because we finally exposed the left for what they are, and the left is the one dividing this country.
Okay, so you no part of you at all can reflect on what you just said as a divisive.
We are not. Well, let me prove it to you. Let me prove it to you in real time.
Can I finish though?
Are there open mics for conservatives to speak at San Francisco State?
There's conservatives everywhere, dude. There's two parties. That's another thing about this country.
Not in San Francisco.
There's liberals and conservatives, Republicans and Democrats.
Is it easy for conservatives to speak out at the school?
Not at all, and that's not okay. That's what I'm saying. I came up to the mic with this sense of let's reunite as a country.
I agree. The way we reunite is by defeating the left.
Okay, again, you're cutting me off. By defeating the left. I have never said let's defeat the right. I think that the ideology that MAGA pushes is it's bad. It's cancerous.
What ideology specifically?
Just hating the left. Oh, the enemy within. The president that you guys support that's sitting in the Oval Office right now has said over and over again that Democrats are the enemy within.
They are.
Okay, and that's all I have. Thank you.
Thank you.
You're what's wrong with this country, Charlie Kirk. Thank you.
No, actually, let me prove to you. You know how we heal a country? We heal the country by allowing people to express their opinions without canceling, censorship, smear, or slander.
MAGA is what's wrong, not Republicans. MAGA.
Okay.
Thank you.
He just said.
MAGA is the solution.
I never said MAGA should be defeated.
Yeah, exactly. Again, I'll say this: the American left.
2028, cross our fingers. MAGA won't be a thing. I hate to break it to you.
Yeah. Hey, they it's so funny. They said that. They said that after January 6th, and now MAGA is more popular than ever. This is San Francisco,
That's not true. That's not true. Trump.
This is San Francisco. This is
0.00001% of San Francisco. Congrats.
Okay, but I think it's noteworthy though that on a college campus in the middle of a day, we're able to draw nearly 1,000 people.
None of these people go here. I can guarantee you. A lot of these people are community.
They're all students. What are you talking about?
Oh, hi guys.
And I said San Francisco. They live in the area or in the city. And so you can live in this kind of cycle of denial. This hat is a beautiful symbol. You know what this hat means?
Sure.
It's a symbol of American revival, of prosperity, of hope, of optimism, of a better future.
And I would much rather use that language than calling the left the enemy. Because ultimately, Charlie, do we need to come together?
You just said you hope MAGA's not a thing in 4 years.
I know, exactly.
It's not gonna be.
Yet Charlie doubled down, framing opposition as proof that conservative voices were being suppressed. To his followers, he was courageous. To critics, divisive. Behind the headlines, Charlie emphasized faith and family. He often speaks openly about Christianity, discipline, and marriage.
Is a group of people from different backgrounds, different skin colors, different religions that love America and they want to see it great again. That's all that MAGA is. Thank you very much.
Okay, yeah, thank you.
In 2021, Charlie married Erica Brecht. He credits spiritual grounding as essential to handling public pressure. Away from cameras, he spends time reading, mentoring young activists, and strategizing future campaigns. Charlie Kirk helped redefine conservative organizing in the digital age. He demonstrated how podcasts, short videos, and campus activism could shape national discourse. Whether admired or criticized, his influence on youth politics is undeniable. He inspired a new generation to engage politically on both sides of the aisle. On September 10, 2025, Charlie Kirk was assassinated. Shortly after the debate event began, with around 3,000 people in attendance, Kirk was fatally shot in the neck with a single bullet by a gunman positioned on the roof of a building approximately 130 meters away. Kirk was taken to a local hospital, where he was later pronounced dead. A manhunt afoot, the shooter ended the following day, when Tyler James, a 22-year-old from Washington, Utah, surrendered to the local sheriff. Tyler James Robinson was later charged with aggravated murder on September 16th and announced they would seek the death penalty, alleging a politically motivated attack. The assassination was highlighted as an instance of increasing political violence within the United States and was condemned by national and foreign leaders.
All right, am I good? Perfect. All right, so basically, earlier you were talking to one of my lovely fellow students who had a beautiful rainbow top, and I love that. And you said...
Allow her to finish, please.
You said you need to be responsible for your own orgasms. Yes? Okay, with that being said, why is it that a lot of the times people with uteruses have to carry all the responsibility that comes with getting pregnant?
You mean women?
I think there are people... I didn't want to get into this topic.
You already did.
Public reactions ranged from heartfelt messages expressing anguish about the political climate to sharply partisan comments. Trump, members of the Republican Party, and other conservative figures blamed members of the Democratic Party and left-wing or liberal beliefs before a suspect was in custody.
Watch South Park mock Charlie.
Oh my God, what makes you think you have the right to say what I do with my body?
Let me ask you something. If a pregnant woman is killed and the baby dies too, why is the killer charged with a double homicide?
Well, but because people have different beliefs.
It's not about belief, it's about truth. Science confirms life begins at conception.
Were you honored?
Not only was I honored, they got the little sip of the water correctly. They got the hairdo. The little details are perfect. And look, it is a great honor. And even more remarkably, that is a word-for-word quote on South Park.
I just personally don't see it as an infringement because, like we just said, and I think we agreed that owning a gun is a right. However,
yes.
I think it was responsibilities. But also I wanted to ask, is voting a right or is that a privilege?
Well, it is a right, and so felons can get their rights back, right? And so, but rights can be suspended or delayed, and we both agree with that. So, for example, like somebody in prison doesn't get guns.
Right. No, of course.
Somebody in prison doesn't have the same free speech rights that you might have.
But what's the first thing that you have to do if you want to vote in this country? You have to register, right? Mm-hmm. So it's a federal registration to be able to vote in this country. So why not? And we can agree that keeping safe and keeping our elections to where people who shouldn't vote aren't voting is, that's keeping America safe because we don't want people who
That's a fair point. I would say there's something there's a technical difference between a voter registration roll and a gun registration roll.
Guns are much more dangerous.
Well, also, but guns in many different ways, they would go after the guns a lot more than the voter registration roll.
Well, how do we know,
my worldview comes out of one in the 20th century, where almost every totalitarian government went after the guns first. And the confiscation of guns then leads into the erosion of freedom and liberty.
If you enjoyed this journey through the past, make sure to like, subscribe, and turn on notifications so you never miss a story that time tried to hide.
Right, but wouldn't you say in the 20th century, as you just said, that the disparity between the technology that citizens had to protect themselves compared to what the military had?
Here on History to Mystery, we uncover forgotten events, unexplained moments, and secrets buried beneath centuries of history. Have a theory or a mystery you want us to explore next? Drop it in the comments below. Until next time, keep questioning the past, and remember, history is never just history. This is History to Mystery.